Hello friends, it's time for another question and answer video. You got questions, I got answers. They're mostly just my opinions from some experience where I've made a lot of mistakes and can tell you to do what I learned from them. So, alright, first question is, what is the difference between Walmart's price matching and the savings catcher? I use the savings catcher all the time and I'm very happy with it. They're still doing the savings catcher as far as I know. I really like all these. The bread is good. Oh, sorry, that went off into a tangent. Anyway, the price matching and the savings catcher, I can tell you the difference between. The price matching is where you do the work yourself and you look at other companies' sales flyers. So if Aldi is having a sale on chicken breasts for 99 cents a pound, you can bring that to Walmart, or you used to be able to, and say, hey, Aldi is having a sale on boneless skinless chicken breast, 99 cents a pound, and they will match that price. So, and that is what I did for 2 years. When I lived in Arkansas, I actually used a website that would assemble all the deals together for me. It was only $5 a month, and I saved so much money because my Walmart would price match to Fort Smith, which was an hour and a half away, and had all these Albertsons, all these wonderful stores that just weren't feasible for me to drive to every week. So I got all the best deals that all of the stores did price matched at Walmart as long as they had the thing. They also price matched store brands. So they would price match, Kroger's House Butcher's chicken to Walmart's Butcher's chicken. They would price match Kroger brand cheese to Walmart Great Value brand cheese. They would price match, all the fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And that is where I saw the most savings. I wouldn't price matching the individual brands, like Kleenex is on sale at one store for $1 a box versus Walmart's, whatever they are. In my experience, I've found that the store brand is usually cheaper than even a sale price on a name brand. So I almost never use those. The main savings that I found were like dairy, meat, fruit. And that is where I'd get all my staples every week. I'd look and see what the best prices were in the area, and I'd go price match them, and I was able to keep my grocery budget below $200 a month. Most months. I busted some. That wasn't Walmart's fault though, that was my fault. So the savings catcher, however, is an app on your phone where you scan your receipt when you're done, and then you trust Walmart to say, to just know through its infinite knowledge that some other stores have things on sale, and then they'll just kind of throw that money back at you. Like, hey, we'll do that for you. So the problem is, and a lot of people have had good times with savings catcher, and I'm glad to know you do too, but they're never going to make those store brand price matches for you. They never ever are. So the only way to really get the savings catcher savings is by buying all sorts of name brand stuff and then trusting that they might be on sale a little bit other places, but you're probably also going to be paying more than you would if you just bought the store brand. So I tried Savings Catcher. I wanted to love Savings Catcher. I tried it for months and months and months, and I think that sucker caught about 31 cents. So, but like I said, my shopping habits weren't to buy name brand things, and that's normally where the sales were that they monitored. So there are some other YouTubers that do this. Jordan Page, Fun Cheaper Free, the Fun Cheaper Free queen. She also loved price matching and hated the savings catcher. She, almost made, she's appeared on national TV talking about price matching and how to do it. So it's, I don't know, if savings catching makes you feel a little better about your shopping habits and you can just get a little bit of money back, then wonderful. Great for you. I'm not being sarcastic at all. Then if that's the way your buying habits are set, you're going to buy all these things, and then Walmart comes behind you and will throw you a little bit of money back for them for shopping at Walmart. Awesome. Go ahead and do it. But it's probably not the best way to save the most money. You will probably save more money buying store brands or shopping around. Like I said, when I was in Mena, I didn't have the option of shopping around. Now that I'm in Texas, I have an Aldi here. I have an H-E-B. I also have Walmart. So I'm now just doing the work myself of looking at those circulars and seeing, hey, which store has the best prices on things this week, and then mini planning around that. So it's very unfortunate that Walmart has stopped price matching in most of their stores. I have heard that in the northeastern states, there are a few that are still doing it a little bit, but they did announce not long ago that they are stopping price matching in all of their stores. So it was a wonderful program. While it lasted, it was a little bit too good to be true. And I think it probably did its job of what they wanted it to do, which was teaching you to kind of instilling a habit of shopping at Walmart for you. So that said, I don't think that Savings Catcher is going to be the best way for you to save the most money. If it gets you back a little bit of money for almost no effort of just scanning your receipt, and you found that it does actually give you money back on the purchases that you make, I'm not going to tell you stop doing that. Awesome. Good for you. But I also probably don't think you're getting like the best grocery deals out there. And if that's not an important thing to you, which it's not to some people, then awesome. Go on with your bad self. So that is the difference between Walmart Savings Catcher and price matching, and why I'm not doing either. All right, next up. Good haul. This was on my most recent food haul. Looks like you set yourself up to create some easy, tasty meals while you are learning a new job without having to make a formal meal plan. Are you bringing lunch or buying out during this transition? Does your work know about your fame? They didn't put air quotes in, but I feel like it's necessary. Are any fellow employees wanting to be on YouTube? And have you been able to share your debt-free challenges with new people yet? Been hoping that all is well with your new adventures. Okay, I'll hit these one at a time. I have been meal prepping. I actually made taco soup this week and brought it if you've been looking at my Instagram. So just made a big pot. The week before that, I just did sandwiches. I bought yogurt, kind of the individually packaged cheese, and some lunch meat and cheese, threw it together every day, brought that to lunch, and it's been good. Also, it's very hard to get off campus during lunch because they have me parked so far away from the building, so it would be quite an event to like walk to my car, drive off campus, get lunch, drive back, and park, walk back to my office. Honestly, it's more work than I'm willing to do. They do have a little cafe in the building where I work, but it is ridiculously expensive. Like $2 for an apple expensive. I'm not eating there. So I have been not wholly meal prepping as in every single meal, but I've been at least doing a little bit of planning and bringing my lunches to work every day. So Texas A&M also has probably at least one day a week where they have free food for some reason so far. So on those days, I just throw my food in a little mini fridge, eat for free, and then I eat the food that I brought the next day. Fortunately, I haven't really had the opportunity to get into a bad habit of eating out at lunch just because it's inconvenient. So it's had to be a thing of I either go hungry or I bring my own food, and I'm not a fun person to be around when I'm hungry, so I bring my own food. Dinners were a little harder my first couple of weeks here, but now I've pretty much settled into going to Aldi and H-E-B and kind of shopping around a little bit and having food to cook at home, which is nice. So I have been out to a few dinners with new friends, and that's been a lot of fun. So, all right, next up. Does my work know about my fame? Yes, they know I have a YouTube channel. One of the things that I'm actually doing for the college that I work in is managing their YouTube channel. They do a lot of things wrong, but I want to help it get better. And some of their social media stuff. That's part of my job in addition to being a writer for the college that I work in. So that was actually, I brought it up in my interview that, hey, I know how to do this stuff and here's why. And so I have the experience doing this on YouTube, and I think it actually helped me a little bit to get the job. So thank you all for being, a little tick on my resume. It was fun. I haven't been able to do that before. I didn't mention that I was on YouTube when I moved to Mina because my channel was so small. It basically didn't matter. So, not that any channels that small don't matter, but it wasn't something I could brag about. Probably shouldn't be bragging now either. I'm taking a whole coffee. Coffee, help me. Graceful. All right, are any fellow employees wanting to be on YouTube? Not that they've told me. I mean, there's not exactly a large barrier for entry to YouTube. You just gotta upload a video. And if people think you're funny or have something to say, I guess they watch you. I still haven't figured that part out. And now that's part of my job. Goodness, they might have made a mistake. Alrighty, have I been able to share my debt-free challenges with any new people yet? Yes, actually, I was at a staff retreat this week, and I sat next to a person who works in IT, and Dave Ramsey actually just kind of came up, and she uses every dollar, and I showed her my budget on my phone, and she's like, that's beautiful, and I'm like, we're gonna be friends. And I was telling her about being debt-free, and she was telling me about how much she had to increase her eating out budget since working in A&M because people go out to eat so often. And so that was a really fun conversation, and I'm definitely going to invite her to my debt-free party. And that's awesome that I just kind of ran into somebody that is also a budgeter and also knows Dave Ramsey. And I think she probably has checked out my YouTube channel by now. So she seems awesome. We're going to get to be friends, whether she knows it or not. I'm just kidding. She's cool. Alrighty, next up. Hi, watch you all the time and love your inspirational videos. Oh, thanks. Happy for your recent move. Recently, I fell off the wagon and I am feeling guilty about my frivolous spending. Any helpful suggestions to get back on track? All right, first off, number one is acknowledging the problem. And you have done that. Congratulations, internet high five. Step two is changing your behavior. Habits are key to budgeting and really kind of living a productive life, personal theory, but I know how easy it is to get off track. For instance, when I moved, I was eating out a lot. It was kind of like, oh, I don't really want to get back into meal planning and prepping, but I made myself because my good habits, I wanted those back. And I also, it was spending money, like, and I just want to keep the money. And so I do have a video on this. It is how to stop a spending snowball. And I did this recently when I just kind of got on a string of bad habits. It was right after Black Friday where I'd been spending so much money and I found it hard to stop. And so I'm going to link that video below for you because, like I said, I'm so glad that you recognize that, hey, my spending habits are just little, and then you have to contain them. You have to contain them so that you can meet your bigger goals later. So watch that video below, and I hope it helps you. I think it might have been, was it a collab? Or am I thinking of Budget Burnout? I don't know. If it's a collab, I'll set it in that video. I have like 430 of these videos now, people. I really can't be expected to remember them all. Heaven help me. Okie dokie. All right, final question. How did you find out what all of your debts were and the accurate amount of them to track them? I'm starting doing this and similar to you. I'm starting to do this similar to how you're doing yours, and I need to know all of my debts for me and my husband. Well, you probably have kind of a vague idea of where your accounts are. I mean, no one's going to track your personal loans except you, but you probably know those. But probably the best resource to figure out where all of your outstanding debts are is by pulling your credit report. And you can do this once a year. I will leave the link down in the description box below. Don't pay for it. You can pull your free credit report once a year. This is not your credit score. It is your credit report, and it will list all of your outstanding debts. You can then contact those companies and start figuring out how to pay them off. If you have student loans, you can probably just use the one website to go in and check where all of those are, but that will also be on your credit report. And then you just order them from smallest to largest. Start chipping away. I promise you, you will never, ever regret it. And here's the thing. If you do regret getting out of debt, it's like that to get back into it. If you really wanted to, but I would bet money that you wouldn't want to again. So, all right, that is all the questions I have time to answer today. If you have some, please ask them below. Check out the info in the description box of all the stuff that I said, because I'm going to spend time putting it down there. And I hope you are having a wonderful day. Oh, and tell me if you like me filming in my kitchen, or if you want me to go back to filming it in my bedroom. I don't know. I've got a lot of wall space in this new apartment. I could film in a bunch of places.